What is your American dream?
My background is Jamaican. My American dream is to be successful regardless of my race, attitude, or for simply being me.
I'm Honduran, and my American dream is freedom. Freedom to do whatever I want to do.
I'm from Jersey City, New Jersey, and my American dream is always being able to fight for what I believe in.
My parents are from Haiti. My American dream is equal opportunity and access to a great quality education.
My family is from Belize, and my American dream is to inspire others and provoke change through the art of my filmmaking.
My family's from Pakistan, but I was born and raised here in New York, and my American dream is to take advantage of all the opportunity that I've been given here.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Okay, what's going on in the news today? Oh, looks like that orange guy could be in some trouble. Oh my God! What is this? A groundhog in Maryland got shot by a deputy? What? He's just a groundhog. Why would anybody shoot a groundhog? I mean, I don't understand. Couldn't they have just called animal control? Or they could have called me. I would have burrowed down and gotten him. I think he was just a little lost. Not a good way to go out. Why did the groundhog cross the road? Just to get home. And he was just crossing the street. So what if he was holding up traffic? He didn't know any better. And he got shot. Ugh, I'm distraught. This is a very sad day for the groundhog community. Groundhogs have feelings. Ugh, now I need a hug. Where's Brad? No matter what, even when I'm really upset, I know the show must go on. So, hello Brad Show Live squad. In case you missed yesterday's episode of Brad Show Live, Miami field correspondent Anna Ascona had a lot to say about Kanye West's latest outburst regarding Donald Trump and slavery. And David Moreno, criminal defense attorney extraordinaire, discussed the recent arrest of 2 African-American men in a Starbucks in Philadelphia and how the 2 men made a terrible situation into a wonderful one by getting the city of Philadelphia to contribute $200,000 towards teaching high school kids about entrepreneurship. Way to go, gentlemen. Anyway, I have to say, I'm pretty upset about this whole groundhog incident in Maryland, and I'm gonna go ask Brad if he'll give me a hug now. But in the meantime, please enjoy today's show. It's always a hoot.
What's up, guys? Yeah, Wednesday, hump day.
And we have a very special guest today.
Hello!
Bernstein's on show.
We just threw everybody off. It's the Belgian Kim and Yonathan Yo-Yo Show. No, of course, it is Brad Show Live. Hello, everybody, on a Wednesday. It is hump day.
It is hump day.
It is definitely hump day today, so we have lots of hump day news coming up for you.
Yesterday.
But in the meantime, we do got to say hello to all the Brad squad who waited and waited. It is almost 5:43 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
We are a bit tardy today.
A little tardy.
Not
for the
as
party.
tardy as the New York City subway system during rush hour. A little tardier than
Never
that.
that tardy.
We're never that tardy.
No.
But we are a little tardy, so we apologize. Nevertheless,
Yeah.
Marsha Whitaker. Hello, my dear. And Barbara Lord and Carrie Ann Wallace, Dionne Watson. Jeff Bosey says hello, family. Barbara Lord says hello, Kerry. Anna Nicole. I'll be back in 4 minutes. We'll be waiting. Christy Consali, how you doing? Marsha Whitaker. Kirk Brown says he's right on time. We just ain't.
Right.
Jeff Bosey, what is your Canadian dream? I do not have... Whoa, how does he know about Canada? And me.
That it exists?
That it exists.
Oh, you mean
How
that
does
you
he
have
know
a special
that?
tie to
I have
Canada.
a special tie to Canada.
Whoa.
What would be how would you classify your tie to Canada, Brad? Exactly.
It's a tie.
It's a tie. Okay.
It's a tie to Canada.
Wait, but how does
How does he know this stuff?
That's kind of kind of creepy.
That's
Jeff.
creepy. The hell you follow me around for, Jeff?
Jeff is going to be like, wait, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
I was just
what's my
kidding.
Canadian dream? You know what my Canadian dream is, Jeff, and stop asking.
You know her name. Don't even.
Yeah. By the way, in the first 30 minutes, I will just be. What the heck, man?
This is not your day.
This is not my day. Every day, the
Every
equipment.
day.
It's just not. What are we changing pockets? Do you have some sort of new pocket format?
Every day, it's the same exact thing here. Look.
That was his call.
That was my call to change.
His call
All right.
link.
So what are we talking about today, Kim?
Oh, you know, Yonathan, whatever you and I want to talk about.
It can be our show.
It's the
This
Kim
would
and
definitely
Yo-Yo
be
show
a
today.
different type of show if I was the host.
Yeah.
We would be talking about Katy Perry and Taylor Swift today.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Some-
let's
something
see you
don't
talk
want-
off the top of your head
Yeah.
for 2 hours. Let's see how that
don't want to hear
goes.
about.
All right. So, by the way, we're not done yet. Hello, Cheryl Blake, and who else? Barbara Lord says hello, Jeff, Dion, Anna, Christine Kirk, Denver Sally. You see, everybody's just friends with everybody now. And Tamika Nelson.
Barbara
Tamika
Lord's
Nelson
impressed.
saying hello. What?
Barbara Lord's impressed.
What is she impressed about?
She says that Yonathan must have a main squeeze that he's trying to impress.
Oh, what?
Hello, my family. Bless. Oh, look at this. Cordella.
Cordella Willery. Hello.
They're
This is
doing.
pretty-
This is fun.
It would be great if somebody told me this was going to happen because the screen is so far from me, I can't read what it says. Surprise!
Cordella says hello, my family. Blessings to
Hello,
all.
my family. Blessings to all
That's
from
fun.
Cordella Willery. That's a new little thing we got
I like
there, right?
it.
Who else can you put up there? Is it just Cordella, or can you put somebody else up as well?
Cordella's the only
Is that the
one.
only person you can put up there? Look at all these new toys they got in the back now.
I know.
Okay?
They're playing around.
I'm going to tell you something. Muta Ali was walking around with a big smile. Who knew? Who
This
knew?
is what it was. It
Who
was a
knew what it was?
surprise.
Who knew what it was? And Annie Palmer. Here's Tamika. Hello, Brad. Wow, we're just getting the hang of this stuff
This is
now.
fancy.
It's got
Very
the picture
fancy
and
stuff.
everything.
Feels
Yeah.
very fancy. Oh my god! And it like, did you see how it animates off?
Okay.
You guys,
lower
this is
thirds.
very exciting. Ooh.
What about Marsha Whitaker? Can you put Marsha Whitaker up?
Can we
see.
can we have?
Can I
her
like start naming people? No, because they gotta
say.
find the
Right.
comment.
Command seems to be.
There she is. Let's see Marsha Whitaker. What does she have to say? Here she comes. Hey, Kitty Kim. Now, what about people? What about people on the law offices of Spar and Bernstein feed? Because we were just showing people on the No. I'm told no.
It's 1 feed at a time that we can pick.
That's it.
So if you want your comment to maybe possibly be one of the comments that's featured across, you're going to have to go comment on Bradshaw Live. Now we just
You
gotta
can't
tell
do it on
people.
law offices of Spar and Bernstein.
No.
So like Pedal Dice, who says, hello everyone, I'm back, LOL. We can't see that.
I think
No.
it's better actually coming from your mouth.
Coming from...
Ooh.
Oh God.
What? I don't like that. I didn't like the way
It
that
sounded
sounded.
like you did like it. That's a little, ooh, that you gave.
It is hump day, so you know.
And
It
another
certainly is hump
day
day.
news. Oh, Lord.
It certainly is hump day, and here we are. All right, so what we're going to do? We're going to talk about the news. What's going on in the news?
Yeah.
What do you want to do, Brad?
I want to talk about the massive pollen problem that we're having here in America right now. I don't know if it's a massive pollen problem, but it is definitely a massive pollen problem in my nose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I am suffering very, very bad. It is
Got it.
pollen season. It is the time that you should be going to the islands and sitting on a
Right.
beach and getting away from the pollen.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, except if you have to make a living in America, then you gotta suffer through through the pollen and the allergy season.
So 95%
there was a
of us.
woman I just saw, Jennifer Henderson. She lives in Millville, New Jersey.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, she posted a video to Facebook showing her husband tapping a tree while driving a backhoe. Again, hump day. All right, shortly here. Let's watch.
Get out of here.
Oh my God!
Oh, that man needs to get out of
That
there. He
man,
looks
that
like he
man
is
has a
about
big
to-
sneeze coming
that
up.
Looks like death.
That man, can you play that again? That man has a big. I don't know if you're allowed to play it again twice. Maybe
Wow.
not.
I
That
don't know
man
if
has a
Jennifer
big. No,
Henderson-
don't play anything again. We
Yeah.
learned our lesson.
Yeah.
But that man has. Wow. So she wrote on Facebook, when my husband said the pollen's bad, I probably should have taken his word for it. That is crazy.
Yeah.
So botanists around the nation are saying that the rough allergy season can be blamed on the cool April temperatures that caused plants to bloom much later in the year. Thanks to global warming.
Climate change.
Climate
baby.
change. It was like 3 seasons in 1 week. Well, the plants couldn't make up their minds, so the early plants are late, meaning the cool spring kind of delayed them. And it's not just in the Northeast, it's also in the Great Plains, the Mid-Atlantic, and experts say those suffering from allergies should close the windows and get out of town.
Get out of town.
Get out
Like,
of
it's
town. That was
easy.
basically it. Close the windows or get out of town. So, or buy some Claritin.
That's exactly what Jeff said. It's like, it's not that serious. Just get some Claritin and be over it. I am taking my allergy pill every day, and I don't know how much it's really helping with this.
Jeff, I'm going to go to Canada, Jeff.
Right.
I'm getting out of town and going to Canada.
That's the Canada time.
Yeah. So meanwhile, in Poland, they had a different problem. So in New Jersey, on the backhoe, I don't know who came up with that name,
The
backhoe. Seems dirty to me.
Very.
I'm going to be driving the back, especially like when the farmer says, hey, yeah, I'm going to be driving the backhoe. That sounds dirty also.
Somebody says that to me, I'm thinking about something else.
What exactly would you be thinking about?
So this guy drove the backhoe right into the tree. I mean,
never saw it coming.
never saw it coming, right? So,
So many things I want to say, but I'm like, I'm
Please,
trying to keep it
chop on
PG.
it.
no. I want you to know something. These two, before the show starts, they're like X-rated, literally. All right, you know, in that 5-minute countdown, I mean, I don't think there's like at least 6 seconds in that 5-minute countdown where we're like, you couldn't even show this in an R-rated movie that these two people are talking about next to me. So trust me, I bring it down a whole lot.
You do.
This is
Okay.
true.
Meanwhile, in Poland, Kim, you're a big chocolate fan,
Yes.
right? In Poland,
Send me
there
there.
was a sticky. Talking about, you know, some people come in.
Stop it.
What? Some people come in
You're
and say they got
sticky.
into a sticky situation, and you know, and that's known as, you know, I got into a sticky situation. I got, you know, some trouble with the law. In Poland, the sticky situation means a little something different. It means I was driving along a highway and I came across a chocolate-covered highway. Apparently, a chocolate truck.
Oh, wow.
A chocolate truck overturned on a 4-lane highway
Oh, my
in
God.
Warsaw, Poland, and spilled chocolate all over the place. It was like Willy Wonka and
would've
the
been
chocolate
up in there
factory
just
there.
slamming.
I am
Look
there
at
with
that.
my s'mores
Yeah.
and my
Oh
graham
my
crackers.
gosh.
Let's get it going. Like,
That's horrible.
tag me in, coach. Tag me in.
And everybody was apparently everybody was running out and like just like, you know,
Don't tell me eating it off
eat
the ground.
it off the ground
Do not.
until
bunch of people with
until the
spoons.
backhoe came to clear it away.
The backhoe.
The backhoe came to clear it away, but people were
backhoe-
jumping out.
That
People were jumping out of the
backhoe
car and
is
they're like, "Free Hershey! I'm all for it."
Oh,
That-
it's Poland. It would be good chocolate. It wouldn't
probably
even be
is.
that gross.
Yeah, it's not
Hershey
American chocolate.
chocolate.
European
Ugh.
chocolate's much better.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what's
Yeah.
happening in Poland. By the
Wow.
way, talking about, you know, like Willy Wonka, I was just reading an article. You know, Willy Wonka was Gene Wilder,
Yes.
right? You're familiar with that, right?
Absolutely. The
So
original.
the original Willy Wonka was Gene Wilder, and I was just reading an article about him, and you know, that's his most famous role. He was also in Young Frankenstein.
Yeah.
He was in a couple of Mel Brooks movies. Silver Streak.
Yeah. Blazing
with
Saddles.
Well, that was a Mel Brooks movie. Silver Streak, you know, when he and Richard Pryor
Yep.
were going down, and he's like, you know, he had to dress in blackface, and
Yes.
he's like, you know, yo, I'm bad. Yeah, it's very funny. So anyway,
still on my list because of how you reenact
but still, you know, he's most famous for Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. He hated the movie.
Really?
He hated the movie. He hated the role. He didn't want to be remembered for Willy Wonka. He actually wanted to be remembered for Young Frankenstein, which I
Really?
thought Mel Brooks wrote, but I read actually Gene Wilder wrote. Mel Brooks just
I
directed
didn't know
it.
that.
Wow.
Yes. But Gene Wilder wrote the original Young Frankenstein, at least according to this article. But he didn't want to be remembered for Willy Wonka. But when he died about a year ago, all the newspaper articles were like, Willy Wonka's
Willy
dead.
Wonka died.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that was the most memorable, at least to me.
Yeah.
I find Willy Wonka to be really savage. Like, I find it to be a really dark movie
The
if you
Oompa
think
It
about
is.
it.
Yeah, it is very dark.
Yeah, the
And-
Oompa
yeah.
Loompas.
The Oompa
When I was a
Loompas.
They're
kid,
scary.
when I was a kid, I used to call my sister an Oompa Loompa.
God,
And there
so
was
mean.
that was about the meanest thing I could come up with, you know.
It is mean.
And I was like, Oompa Loompa. I used to sing it to her.
Oompa,
Oh my God, we used to get into such fights.
Oh my
That's so
God!
weird.
Yes, it's very-
she
that's
must
a
still
true
be
story.
traumatized from it.
50 years later, we still laugh about it. Yeah, 50 years, we still laugh about it.
She hears it and
Yeah,
starts
she
to
hears
cry.
it. As soon as I start going, Oompa Loompa, you know, you see the... Yeah, but that's true. So in Chocolate Land is Poland now. Do you see there's a big, we should have actually talked about this on Celebrity Rap Sheet.
I think
but
we will.
I thought that you guys would enjoy talking about it in our chat before we get to our immigration questions, rather than a legal discussion about this. That I thought you guys would enjoy the discussion. Rapper Dr. Dre lost a trademark dispute to OBGYN Dr. Dre. Okay, now apparently, Dr. Dre is the guy who did the beats, the Apple Beats and everything.
Yep.
My thing's falling out of my ear here. I don't know why, so I'm going to fix it. But apparently, Dr. Dre did the beats. And
Did the
and
Chronic?
and he also was a rapper.
Yep.
He discovered Eminem.
Yeah, he's
Yep.
a legend.
He's a billionaire.
The Chronic
Yeah.
is still one of my favorite rap albums of all
Okay.
time.
So there's a Dr. Dre, D-R-A-I. Here's the guy right here. And he's an actual real doctor in Pennsylvania.
And his
Yeah.
name is
And
actually
his the name is actually Dr. Dre. Now, what's interesting that I wanted to talk about it on Hump Day, which is Wednesday. He's famous. The Dr. Dre is famous.
Yeah.
For writing a book titled 20 Things You May Not Know About the Penis.
There's 20 whole
20 things I didn't know about the penis. Now, I don't know.
Wait.
Now, let's read
I
that,
can't
Kim.
right
What
now.
are the 20 different things that you need to know about the penis?
Would you like me to read it, Brad?
Yes, please read it.
Number 1 would be discover his G-spot.
Uh-huh.
Number 2 would be make him go from limp to lively with penis Pilates.
What?
Penis Pilates, you
All
guys.
right. So anyway, I can't even listen to this anymore. All right. So apparently, Dr. Dre, was saying, this guy who's writing this book, 20 things you never knew about a penis.
Right.
Okay. You know what? I don't want him being associated with my headphones.
Right.
Apparently, he lost.
He should.
He lost.
Yeah,
And the case was dismissed, and the real Dr. Dre, because this Dr. Dre was born Dr. Dre,
Right.
not
Right.
to change his name.
Exactly.
D-R-A-I, penis Dr. Dre. The penis Dr. Dre
Maybe that's what
versus
Dr. Dre
rapper
wanted to
Dr.
avoid.
Dre.
Right.
He said, I was just appalled how someone would think that I wanted to be them, and I went to medical school. Okay, you went to medical school, and you wrote a book, 20 Things About the Penis. All right, so, Kim, can you do me a favor?
Please.
Okay, I would like to discover where, I never knew a penis had a G-spot.
I didn't either.
Were you aware of this fact?
No, a man
And I've had
has-
one for 49 years.
A man has one. I don't know that it's necessarily. I don't know. I don't want to go much deeper than what I just said. No pun intended.
I mean, this is
That's about as deep
Ooh,
as I
Tamika
want to
says
go.
Kim loves this topic,
Yeah.
boy.
Kim was the one who found this, and she
That's
said,
true.
"Brad, can we talk about
That's
this?"
100% true.
Right.
And Joe was like,
Makes
let's
sense.
put the little graphic on the card to make sure that Brad knows what
Yeah.
he's getting into
Right.
before he
Well,
starts to read it.
I think we got to buy the book and
And figure this out.
yeah, Jill, can you buy this book because we got to figure it out. Yeah, okay. Jill says she's on it.
She was
Okay,
quick
now,
with it, too. She's like,
I
"Already
want you to
my
know
Amazon
something. I want you to know something. This is what Jill is on. Okay, she's gonna buy. Jill just whispered in my ear. She's on it.
Yeah.
Okay, on Hump Day. She's on it. She's gonna buy the 20 things you may not know about the penis. Chapter 4. I can't make this stuff up. I'm just reading it
Yeah.
here.
All right.
Says, learn how to ride an anaconda.
What?
Or
sex a short. Like a boss.
like a boss, you need to. I also love that Lisa Bling was like, read on, Kimmy Kim.
Okay, Dr. Dre.
We should also send one of these books to DJ
Brat
Khalid.
Squad?
DJ Khalid.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
there are
because it
so
says
many
there's
things.
a bonus chapter here: 20 oral sex tips and a short.
That's That'd be a waste of money.
Oh my God.
I'm the most intrigued, honestly, by the penis Pilates.
Look at him. Look at
Dr.
him.
Dre's looking at me.
No,
I
that's
mean,
DJ
DJ
Khaled.
Khaled's looking at me. That's right. I called you out.
That's it.
Are you calling me out?
Yeah.
I really want to know what penis Pilates is.
So by the way, this book didn't sell like 5 books probably. I mean nobody's buying.
I'm
Who's
sure it
buying the
will
book?
now, though.
20 Things You Never Knew About the Penis. Now Dr. Dre, rapper Dr. Dre,
Right.
just made this guy a multi-famous,
Exactly.
a
That's
multi-millionaire
crazy.
now.
No one
because
said anything.
because he said 5 people, and he said, oh, the guy's stealing my name. He
See?
lost. It's now become like this big story.
You should've shut
and
it
now.
out. That's
And
free
now,
promo.
yeah, and now it's very, very hard to get this book.
Wow.
It is
Did you
very,
Pun intended.
pun intended. It is very, very hard to get the book. 20 Things you know. I mean, it's.
It might be a sticky situation,
it is
Brad.
a very
It might
sticky
be a
situation.
sticky situation.
Yeah. Apparently, there's more coming to a store near you.
Oh God! Sweet Lord!
This is good.
guys.
This is good, right? How many more puns can I come up with off the top of my head?
pretty good.
I'm pretty good at this, right?
Yeah, you can keep going. I'm
No,
sure.
I'm done. I'm done.
Somebody bring us some strong
Yeah.
back.
Now this is a time when Muta Ali should be like what is everybody saying here in the comment section? Let's see. I have to listen to this live
Tamika-
over. Jella Shorter says.
Tamika said, "This is the penis show." That is apparently what we have turned into.
Yeah. Apparently, Anna
I'm sorry.
Nicole says yes. There is a G spot where the skin meets what? The skin everywhere.
I think she's referring.
to the foreskin. But what about us Jewish guys with no foreskin?
No.
What? I mean, I don't know how they cut my
Please don't
G-spot
make me
off.
describe this. Please don't make me
I don't
describe
think that's not the G spot.
That's not the G spot?
No, it can't be.
Because then they cut it off for me.
Yeah.
The G spot.
And they gave me no chance.
You never.
No
you never
chance. I
said
never had a
That's not
chance.
I thought the male G spot was the prostate. There's the medical term for it.
Isn't that inside?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
That's not the male G spot. What are you talking about?
No.
You're a sick
right.
punk. You are a sick punk.
You guys Google it. It's real. I
That
swear
is
this
not
is
real.
not me. I swear that's not a me fact.
Nah.
I need anyone else with computers in the control room to back me up on this.
All right. You want to hear something disgusting that I read? We gotta get off of this. Oh, it's 6 o'clock already.
Barbara Lord said the only thing I know about the penis is that it's a quickie. You need better
Oh, you
men
need
in your life,
Barbara
Barbara Lord.
Barbara Lord, please send somebody the penis book to Barbara Lord.
Cordella needs to send you some
Yeah,
strong back.
please. If anyone needs to read that penis book, it's Barbara Lord.
It's Barbara Lord.
Yeah.
Select your men better.
All right, so I have all this other stuff. I was going to talk about the cockroach who crawled into the woman's ear, but you want to know what?
Done so well about that.
We've done so well with the penis book that I think we have to.
I think we're pretty good.
I think we're pretty done. So that's all we got in terms of news. I mean, there's really not a lot you can follow after that one.
Nah, I
Anna
think
Nicole gave us the scientific word.
What is the scientific word?
A frenulum, I think it's called, she said.
What is the frenulum?
You know, I would literally have to Google frenulum right
I've
now.
never
I'm
even
going
heard
to.
that.
Here
I
I go.
Right, I've learned a lot already.
We realize that this
penises.
isn't
Yeah,
a
and
show
I
up with-
have one, and I've learned a lot. I've learned that
least
my
20
G-spot
things.
was cut off.
No, that's not your G
All
spot.
right, I heard that Kim thinks your G-spot's up your tooties. I don't know where that came from. Kim is like, oh, the male G-spot is up your tooties.
Will someone back me up in the comments, please? Anyone
can't
at
be.
all?
I can't possibly be because of it. All right. Can someone turn on some air conditioning in here, please? It's very hot.
Okay, you guys, the frenulum.
All right. So
I hope
any
you're
event,
happy.
this is a show. This is a show that helps people with immigration. It's not Brad. What is the French term, by the way?
The frenulum.
This is that's the frenulum.
What is the frenulum? You showing me a picture?
What did you think I was gonna show you, Brad? I Googled it.
Oh my God.
I Googled it. I told you that's what was coming. No pun intended.
All right.
My
guys.
Google search history does not seem work appropriate, even though I do it all at work.
Kim just showed me a picture of a huge male.
It's a cartoon.
It's not a cartoon.
Not a cartoon, guys.
That thing was like an anaconda that you just showed me.
Well, I wasn't going to show you the short man. That's not fun.
All right. So anyway, we gotta get down to some business here.
Immigration question.
Oh yeah, while we're here.
Yeah. Well, yes. Thank you very much, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, bringing us back to earth.
I don't feel like we're going to have any immigration questions. They're going to be questions, but I don't know how related to immigration they're going to be.
By the way, so much for talking about Donald Trump today. I had all this Donald Trump stuff. I didn't know that was going to go on. I thought it was going to be a 2-minute conversation.
Yeah, you can't.
Carol said you guys don't know anything about male-female parts. Wow, you need to get teaching.
No, we're going to buy that book and we're going to start reading
Dr.
it.
Dre's book.
We're going to start reading it.
We're going to read you guys a chapter a day.
Chapter a day.
That'll be the show.
Can you imagine Belgium Kim reads a chapter a day like in a really
like
thick
a dramatic
English, like dramatic reading in an English accent?
I could do it in a French accent.
Yeah, in a French accent.
The frenulum is the male G-spot. It is located on the base. You lightly caress it.
That's very funny. Oh my God.
You guys, I swear we're an immigration show.
So anyway, but we do help people here.
I feel very helped.
We do. All right, we do help people here. So everybody right now, we're going to be answering your immigration questions. We're going to turn this a little serious now. I'm going to be answering your immigration questions. If you call right now, 1-800-529-5465. There's Dwayne The Rock Johnson with my head coming across your screen as we speak. And if you call right now, we'll be answering your immigration questions. We are going to take this seriously. We do want to help as many people as we can. We also like to have fun here as well, as you can see. But certainly we want to help as many people as we can as well. So if you call right now, 1-800-529-5465, I promise you, despite our sophomoric humor on Hump Day, I have a lot of immigration knowledge, and I'm going to help you with. So if you call right now, 1-800-529-5465. We have 10 open lines. I promise you I will be answering all your immigration questions. And at 6:30, we will be turning it back to the French-speaking Belgium Kim and Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias, who are going to ask your immigration questions that you leave on Bradshaw Live and on Law Offices of Spar and Bernstein. Your comments, they're going to ask me to answer your immigration questions as well. What I'd ask everybody to do right now is definitely call 1-800-529-5465. And please, everybody, like and follow Bradshaw Live. If you want to make a comment and you want to see your comments up on our screen, right now we only have the technical ability to put the comments up from Bradshaw Live. I don't know why. Hopefully from Law Offices of Spar and Bernstein one day too. But also, please like and follow Bradshaw Live. And if you do like and follow Bradshaw Live, you will be notified every time we come live by Mark Zuckerberg. He promised, I spoke to him, he promised that he will send you a notification. But you have to like and follow Bradshaw Live to get that notification. Finally, for everybody out there, despite all our sophomoric humor, we enjoy ourselves. You got to enjoy yourself a little bit while you do this. You can't just take everything so seriously. So we do like to have some fun here as well. But despite that, we do want to help as many people as we can. So this is the time we're going to be doing it. Please share this with your friends and family. Please let them know that we will be taking your immigration questions right now by calling 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Eric in Groton, Connecticut. Eric.
Hey, Brad. How you doing, man?
How you doing?
I have a two-part question here.
Yes.
The first part is, I came here in 2016 on a K-1 visa. It was a joint application with my two daughters, 7 and 8 years old.
Okay, so they came on K-2s.
Well, they're not here yet.
Okay.
That's the second part of my question.
Okay.
So I did the biometrics on April 26th.
You got married.
How long?
You got married.
Yes. Yes, I did.
Okay, so why did your children not come?
Well, that's it. I guess I wasn't sure of the process completely on what to do.
So this is the story. Once you got married and you now have a pending adjustment, your children can't come as accompanying a fiance because you're no longer a fiance. You're married to the woman. Okay. So now. So now what you need to do, because those K-2 visas are probably not valid anymore. They give them for a very short duration of time. So now what you need to do is you have to have your wife file I-130 visa petitions for each child, and they'll come up with their green cards in about a year.
And in that case, I'll have to get their passports and everything sorted out, right?
Well, they need valid passports for sure. You don't need it sorted out now, but they'll need it in a year. Don't worry about, wow, I got to get them a passport. I'm going to wait to file till they get a passport. The first thing you need to do at this very, very moment is you file an I-130 visa petition for your children. Not you, your wife. When your wife does it, it's going to take 6 to 8 months to get approved. During that process, go get them their passports, make sure they got valid birth certificates, et cetera, et cetera.
And that's even though the 485 is pending.
Correct.
Thank you so much, Brad. You're doing a very good job.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right.
Okay.
Have a good one.
Right. There's a man who appreciates my legal mind, but not my humor. Right there. Okay, right? That is very true. That guy, he didn't say, boy, you're really funny, Brad. I'm enjoying it. No, you're doing a good job. Thank you for helping.
Hey, at least,
right?
at least
right?
he's
I
happy.
I know where my bread is buttered. And I'm not a comedian, right?
Exactly.
Where your bread is buttered.
Where my bread is buttered. I have legal knowledge. Let's
You
go.
do?
I do.
And that's why he loves you.
That's why he loves me. Annette in Palm Beach, Florida. Annette.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
Doing? I'm fine, thank you. I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
I got married to my husband in 2016, April, and he petitioned for my kids. And my kids' case was approved the 6th of April, like after the 2 years. But when I was taking my son to the U.S., they still gave me a stamp in his passport and said that it's a conditional green card. How would that be?
Okay. So when your son entered the United States of America, sponsored by your spouse, the day he entered was beyond the 2nd anniversary of your marriage?
Yes, it was.
Okay, so then they made an error. So what you need to do is file an I-90 application and say, and then put down there's an error on the card. There's a box to check off error on the card that you should have been a permanent. He should have been a permanent resident, not a conditional resident, and show that he entered the United States. His date of residence on his green card is more than 2 years from the date of your marriage.
I didn't get a green card. They just gave me a stamp in his passport. His green card has not arrived yet.
So wait to see then what happens. They may have just made an error at the airport, and the green card will come okay. So if the green card comes okay, no worries. If the green card comes as a 2-year conditional resident, then that's what you would do. You would do a new I-90, but you shouldn't have to pay for it because it's their error.
Okay.
All right?
All right. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay. 1-800-529-5465. Please share this. We have 11 open lines. I know there are millions and millions and millions of people out there that have legal issues. There are hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people with telephones with legal issues who can call us for free right now because I have every open line imaginable but one. I have Ionit in Chicago, but other than that, apparently Ionit is the only immigrant in the entire United States of America who has any sort of immigration issues.
And that's a lie.
That's a lot. That's fake news.
That's fake news.
That is definitely some fake news. Okay, that's Hasselhoff news.
That's which I just found out.
You just found out. That's Hasselhoff news.
Hasselhoff level news.
Yes. So
we have jokes so inside even our viewers aren't in on them.
That's right. So any event, please call us right now, 1-800-529-5465. And please, if everybody who's watching right now shares this with at least one friend and say, hey, you can get free immigration help right now, I assure you we will help so many people. And don't we want to help people? Don't you want to make people's lives better? And here I am doing this every day of my life for the last 15 years, giving free advice for 2 hours every day. Yeah. All right? So take advantage of it. 1-800-529-5465. I'm going to go to Ionit in Chicago, Illinois. Ionit.
Hello. How are you guys?
How you doing?
Good, good. You guys have a great show.
Thank you.
I have questions. I have green card. And then I know one of the show, I think many months ago, maybe even a year ago, you said that any person with crime record will be a removed procedure for deportation because of Trump and all this hoopla. If that still exists or no, because I have been charged 19 years ago with disorderly conduct. So my questions to you is, with all this...
What were you charged with 19 years ago? I misunderstood what you said. You were charged with what?
disorderly conduct.
Disorderly conduct.
1 year.
Okay.
And that I was same year twice driving under revoked license. And my question is this: in these days, when they said Trump era, if I have any risk to leave the country, come back?
The disorderly conduct was it in Illinois? Was it in Florida, New York, California? Where was
Illinois.
it? In Illinois. Okay. And where are you originally from?
I'm sorry?
Where are you originally from?
Poland.
Poland. Do you have you have a green card?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So I'm not 100% familiar with what a disorderly conduct is in Illinois. I can tell you in New York and New Jersey and in most states, a disorderly conduct is not a criminal offense. So if Illinois follows what most other states consider what a disorderly conduct is, that's not a criminal offense to make you a deportable or inadmissible alien. I can also tell you that driving with a revoked license is also not a crime of moral turpitude. So
last time, okay, I did drive. Went out of the country 3 years ago, and they put me to the big room, which is I should be expected again, right?
Right. Well, why don't you just become a citizen?
Yeah, I will. Actually, I will. I was just.
When was your last offense?
No, I understand. No, last was 19 years ago.
Okay, so you should be filing your citizenship, number one. Number two, it sounds, without actually seeing the section of law that you pled guilty to, without actually seeing that, I can't tell you 100% if you're safe. I can tell you that Trump has not changed the law. So it's the same laws under Obama as it is under Trump.
Yeah.
So nothing has changed. And quite frankly, based on what you're telling me, I'm not an expert. I don't know the Illinois Penal Code off the top of my head, but generally speaking, a disorderly conduct and driving offenses are not going to cause you a problem coming back. They may stop you and put you in what some people call the bad boy room, even though you're not a bad boy. But then they'll let you through.
Okay, good.
All right. Okay, now you want to be 100% certain. If you do want to be 100% certain, have a consultation with me. Let me show me your dispositions, which you should travel with anyway, and let me just double and triple check and look up the penal code of Illinois and make sure that what you pled guilty to is in fact driving infractions and a disorderly conduct's not a crime in the state of Illinois.
So I can email to you that?
You email the dispositions. I'll review it before our conversation. We have a consultation. I think it's a safe thing to do.
Perfect. Thank you, guys.
All right. By the way, before you leave, you're from Poland, right? Did you hear about that chocolate truck?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
You did? Did you know anybody who got stuck there?
No.
No?
I'm not from Warsaw. I'm from the different part of the city in Poland.
Yeah, it was somewhere between the highway between Poznan and Warsaw.
Yeah, Poznan, that's me.
That's you. Yeah. So you're by the chocolate truck. All right. Go bring us back some chocolate when you're there. All right. Hold on one second. All right. 1-800. Yeah, he was right there. He goes, yeah, it's not by me. But then I said it's Poznan. He goes, yeah, that's where I'm from. He's by the chocolate truck.
He's probably got friends still stuck in traffic.
That's right. I said, sure you want to go right now? Maybe let him clean up the chocolate first.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to Sergio in Fort Myers, Florida. Sergio.
Hello, good afternoon.
How are you?
Good. My question is, my mother, she's a green card holder right now. If she applied for her daughter which is over 21, how long that gonna take?
Where's she from?
Haiti.
About 7 or 8 years.
7, 8 years?
Yeah, assuming she's single.
Yes, if she's single, yes.
Yeah, about 7, 8 years.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to speak to Lily Mae from Baltimore, Maryland in about 6 seconds. After that, I got nothing. I got nobody. So if you call right now, because we are not going to your social media questions till 6:30. I got 12 more minutes. So I can either speak to people and help them with their immigration issues, or I can just yell out the telephone number for 12 straight minutes. And I will do it. I promise you. It's not exciting.
You will.
I will do it. It's not exciting. All I say is 1-800-529-5465. Does that sound like an exciting show? No. But if you call with an immigration question and I speak to you, that seems much more exciting. So call right now. I do want to help as many people as I can. Telephone number, there's Dwayne The Rock Johnson with my head on it. It says, ask me any immigration question. Call Bradshaw Live, 1-800-529-5465. 5465. We got 11 open lines, so call with your immigration questions. 1-800-529-5465. Lily May.
Hello.
How are you, Lily?
I'm good. Miss, good afternoon. I have a question. I am a citizen and I apply for my son and his children.
Okay.
And then my grandson went on the computer and he said he saw his father's name and his smaller sister, which is 16, and he is 24 now, and his name is not there.
Okay.
So I'm wondering, I filed for them before he becomes 18.
Right. So
I'm wondering what is
so your
happening.
question is, you filed for your adult children.
Yes,
Okay.
with their children.
Okay, so once the child turns 21, they're off the case. That's what happens.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
Then.
it's not when you file; it's when how old they are when the case is over. Unfortunately.
Okay.
All right. So sorry about that.
Yeah.
All right. So, listen, it's 6:20 right now. We're not going to get to social media questions till 6:30. That's 10 minutes from now, folks. 10 minutes. I got to start doing this show with glasses on so I can see the comments that are now coming across the screen.
For you. Now, Linda.
Oh, that's very nice.
It says, thank you and your team, Brad, for your great help.
I can't read it without my glasses.
So we'll read it for you.
Why don't you read it for us?
I just did.
Did you not hear him just read it?
I did, but it sounds so much better if I direct you. Why don't you do it? I don't know.
All right, so why don't you do that? Anytime you see that come up,
Yeah.
say,
hey, why don't you do it? Why don't you read that for me?
Yonathan
Yo-Yo Elias?
For me.
Sure,
no problem.
It sounds so much better when I'm like managing everybody than you just, I don't
so
know.
we'll fake the funk.
Yeah.
So throw something else up there.
Yeah,
then,
throw something else up.
We'll
Let's
be
see how it goes.
ready.
Let's see how it goes. Throw something else up. Let's see. We'll wait.
We're just gonna sit in silence and compose.
Right, because nobody's calling about immigration questions. You can actually call about an immigration question right now. 1-800-529-5465. I promise you, I would much rather talk to you than yell out a telephone number. But if you call right now, I promise you, we will get your immigration questions on. We have 12 open lines right now. So if you call 1-800-529-5465, that's 1-800-529-5465. We will be answering your immigration questions. 1-800-529-5465. There are letters that go with that number for those who like letters over numbers. Some people are number phobic. Some people are like letters better. So the letters that go with those numbers is 1-800-LAWLINK, LAWLINK. 1-800-LAWLINK. Or if you are not a real grammatarian, is that such a word?
Sure.
Wow.
I think I just made up a word. I'm not sure.
Grammatarian sounds like somebody from the planet of grammar.
Yes. if you are not a I don't know what is the someone who studies
Like somebody
words. Grammarian. I got it wrong. Grammarian.
Oh,
Thank you very
wow.
much, Chili Bean. If you're not a grammarian and you're more of a mathematician, then you call 1-800-529-5465. If nobody has any immigration questions, zero. Apparently that's the case
Not a
right now.
single I
Not a
cannot believe
single.
that.
It's probably the first time in our history that nobody has any immigration questions. I do want to talk about Cinco de Mayo Day. Even though it is now May.
It is Nuevo.
It's Cinco Nuevo Day.
Nuevo de Mayo.
But 4 days ago was Cinco de Mayo Day. And we wanted to do this Nuevo de Mayo.
Nuevo de Mayo.
Because Cinco de Nuevo is 5 of 9.
Yes.
But Nuevo de Mayo is 9 of May. How's that for a grammarian? my Espanol grammarian.
Pretty good.
Thanks. Jill told me.
So anyway, whatever day was May 5th, there was a parade. We sent Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias out to that parade on Cinco de Mayo Day. We wanted to play it actually during Cinco de Mayo Day, but apparently we kept running out of time. This parade is on the Upper West Side near Central Park West in Manhattan. and let's watch Yonathan at Cinco de Mayo Day.
What's up, Brad Squad? It's your boy Yonathan Elias here at the Cinco de Mayo Parade in New York City. Cinco de Mayo is an annual celebration that commemorates the difficult victory over the French Empire at the Battle of Puebla, May 5th, 1862. So the reason why it was so difficult was because the Mexican soldiers only had 4,000 versus the French army of 8,000. That's not inspiration. I don't know what is. Another interesting fact, a lot of people mistaken Cinco de Mayo for the Mexican Independence Day. It's not that. That's actually September 16th, all right? So I'm letting you know that. I'm teaching y'all. We're gonna go around, talk to some people, see what Cinco de Mayo means to them, and we got a lot of culture to show you. You're gonna wanna see this. Let's go. All right, so what are we here doing today?
We're celebrating Cinco de Mayo on Sais de Mayo.
On Sais de Mayo, right.
I have some friends. We came from Turkey to visit New York City, and since I used to live here, I miss New York.
We're at the Cinco de Mayo Parade, and we're enjoying all the rich culture over here.
We're here to appreciate the culture. I think it's very important to kind of participate. A lot of people are like, how can I appreciate the culture, and they want to like wear sombreros, but it's also important to kind of observe how they appreciate their own culture.
I'm here from Irvine, California, originally from Oakland, just traveling here with our friends and kind of getting to know the New York culture.
Now, where are you from?
Mexico.
Hey! So what does Cinco de Mayo mean to you?
Well, personally, I think this is just beautiful. Seeing the Mexican community bringing their background to the city and sort of like doing this mixture of things, you know? They got the U.S. flag besides the Mexican flag, so I think it's just beautiful to see.
I love the diversity of New York City, and I have many Mexican friends. I have been to Mexico many, many times, and I love their culture. And being Turkish, in all honesty, I do feel very close to the Latin American culture, and Mexico, I think, is one of the beautiful countries in terms of culture and people, even the colorful. Look at how colorful, it's beautiful.
Cinco de Mayo means, I guess, for everybody, Mexicans for independence.
The Battle of Puebla, right?
Yes, exactly.
It actually is the Battle of Puebla, and it's the independence from the French.
So you celebrate Cinco de Mayo?
Yeah, because my partner is Mexican.
I'm not Mexican, so for my friends, I'm there to support them when they celebrate. I'm there to also inform other people that it's not actually Mexican Independence Day.
Oh, she knows!
Mexican Independence Day is September 16th.
Woo! Okay, all right.
Okay, my family's Dominican, but I know that it's a day very special to the Mexican culture. I believe a day that they won a war, and I'm not sure.
Yes, you know that it's not the Mexican Independence Day.
No, I know that.
There you go. So what do you want the people out there to know about Cinco de Mayo?
Cinco de Mayo, it's not Cinco de Mayo.
Enjoy, but don't get too drunk. And if you do get really drunk, the cure is pozole, which is a traditional Mexican stew made with hominy, and it will cure the hangover.
Woo! I think I need that.
For the folks that are American and want to participate, check yourself and realize what is a holiday, why are you actually celebrating? Like, if you want to drink today, just say you want to drink, but you don't need to attribute it to a holiday.
No.
I'm so sick of the people wearing sombreros and fake mustaches with the Cinco de drink code. It's so disrespectful.
It's like a day to take pride in your culture, and even if you're not Mexican, I think it's like a very important day to just recognize other cultures as well.
Like right now, we're seeing a bunch of different dances and inspirations from different states of Mexico. Like right now, we have Jalisco. We have a different state here, and I used to dance the Jalisco dances with like the.
Let me see some moves. Hey! Okay.
Come and appreciate it, watch the parade, and observe and see how they celebrate it.
Do you have a message for the Trump administration and Congress about DACA?
I got a whole lot of things.
All right, let me get a little bit of something.
I don't want to use my middle finger, but hopefully in November things will change. But he needs to pass the Dreamers Act so that these kids can become on the road to being legal.
Totally, I do. I think it's been unfair how both the executive and the legislative branches have been just playing around with millions and millions of people. I think it is time for them to stand at the height of the situation that we're living.
There are people too, you know, we all have dreams in this country. We all want to make it, and I believe that your legal status, it shouldn't be like the determining factor on whether you can, you know, get enrolled in college, for example, get financial aid. I feel like if we're all here, we all want to get our education, we all want to work, we all want to be contributing members to society.
We're all dreamers. Even I myself, even though I'm not undocumented, I have dreams. We all have dreams. Keep those dreams alive.
I think either the Congress should definitely resolve this, or the president should take action in favor of millions and millions of people.
You have a message out there for the dreamers.
Try, never give up.
Just like you were dreaming to live in the United States and you did. Do you have a message for them?
I guess I say to everybody, just behave yourself, continue to celebrate all the happiness and independence for all the Mexican people.
It's better to come into the country legally, but these young people were forced to come by their parents and so forth. They need help, as much help as they can get.
Stay strong, stay relevant, and be very efficient with your time, because that's really what matters.
The dreamers just keep strong. I know it's very hard in like today's political climate to, you know, have hope in the future, but I believe that like with the right determination, with the right hope, you can make it.
I think more than ever, this is the moment to keep on demanding your rights. I think this is crucial. This is the time when we need to stand up and we need to back them. We need to be there for them.
Be happy, unapologetically Mexican.
Where are you from?
I'm from Turkey. I used to live in New York, and then I moved back 5 years ago back to my country.
I live here in the United States over 32 years.
Nice.
Yes, this is my home right there.
Awesome.
Personally, my family has been here for 25 plus years.
My partner came to the United States legally with a green card. He got it from his teacher back when he was only about 18 years old.
Originally, I'm from Orange County, California.
Oh, my family lives there in Anaheim Hills.
I'm actually Black, Vietnamese, and Spanish from Spain.
Do you feel like you lived the American dream?
I lived my dream, so I was lucky.
My American dream is for the U.S. government to finally accept that the U.S. nation, the American nation, is a nation full of other nations. You've got Latinos here, of course, you've got all the roots from African Americans, you've got Muslim people, Arab people in here.
Do you feel like you're living the American dream since you live here now?
Yes, also definitely. I was when I was younger. I always like to come to the United States to live my life to the United States.
My American dream, I've achieved it already. I'm retired for 18 years.
Nice.
So, and I get a pension and Social Security. So I got my.
Woo! I like that.
American dream is to kind of survive in the black and brown body, right? So whether you're Mexican, whether you're Black, a lot of people are gonna look at you because you're Black and brown. And it's just a matter of saying like, hey, like I'm in this body. I didn't choose to be in this body, but I'm still great regardless.
My American dream is honestly to get my parents a home.
My American dream is just happiness. The American dream is what you make of it. There is no one American dream. It's whatever you make of it.
All right, well, there you have it, Brad Squad. I hope that you guys enjoyed this amazing segment. I hope that y'all also learned a lot more about Cinco de Mayo than you probably did before. I know I did, and I had so much fun. You guys, until next time, peace out.
All right, great job there, Yonathan.
Thank you.
That was excellent. It was actually a beautiful piece. I enjoyed that.
Piece.
I learned two
Yeah.
things. I learned it's not Cinco de Mayo. I like that.
Cinco de Mayo.
And I also learned that I'm terribly sorry, my little French friend, but the Mexicans beat France,
Yeah.
and they were outnumbered 2-1.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, my little
fine.
French
They were
spaghetti over
beasting.
here.
As a Belgian, we have a rivalry with France.
You're not French.
We are not French.
But you
We
share
do
the
not
same
cons-
language.
We share, but it's a dialect.
You
it's
share
like,
the same language.
It's almost. It's
You
not.
share
So
the
it's
same
almost like Spanish
Franco.
in Spain, like Portuguese.
Yeah,
kind
it's
of?
like Spain Spanish and Mexico Spanish.
Gotcha.
It's like completely different Spanish.
Then I take it back. Then you did
That's
not
right.
lose.
That's right.
So-
Yeah.
I thought you lost.
No, I'm on the Mexican side on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, go Mexico!
It's like whenever I meet anybody from England, I always apologize for the war. They go, "What war?" I go, "The Revolutionary War." Terribly sorry.
your
We're
asses.
sorry. We kicked your ass. I'm terribly sorry.
And
Yeah.
he is Brad. Good to meet you.
You're English. How'd you feel about that ass whooping you got 200
300
years ago?
Right. All right. So we got Wendy from Portland, Oregon. Wendy,
Hi.
how are you?
How are you?
Good. What's going on?
Well, I've called you before and spoke to you briefly, but I thought maybe since you had so much time today, maybe you'd have more time for me.
I have more time for you today.
How about that?
Yes.
I have a complicated problem.
Okay.
I have been living in Costa Rica for about 20 years.
Right.
Off and on. And I'm married a Nicaraguan citizen who lives in Costa Rica and also has his residency there.
Okay.
And we've tried twice to get him a tourist visa to come to the United States.
Right.
But he's been denied both times.
Right.
So I'm assuming it's because he's married to me.
Well, he's married. It's partly he's married to you. It's partly that you haven't shown enough ties to either Costa Rica or Nicaragua that you would be returning there. So the whole idea is when you get a visitor's visa, yes, they want to know what is your reason for visiting, but more importantly, they want to know after your visit, are you going to return home? What the U.S. Embassy believes, probably, is that you're packing up from Costa Rica, you're going to go live in the United States of America, and then when he comes to the United States with his visitor's visa, you'll adjust his status in America. So you have to be able to prove we're not doing that. We're living in Costa Rica. We have no business living in the United States. We have a home here. We have jobs here. We have a lot of things that pull us back to Costa Rica. We're very happy in Costa Rica. He's not coming to live permanently in the United States. Now, if you can do that, that would be wonderful, and he would get a visitor's visa. If he can't, and the burden's on you, you have to be able to prove everything I just said. It's not on the U.S. Embassy. It's not on the U.S. Embassy say, well, what did I show you to say that he's going to work here or live there? They said you didn't show us anything. You just haven't shown us that you're going to go back to Costa Rica. You have the burden to prove that. And if you can't prove it to the satisfaction of the U.S. Embassy, they're going to turn down the visitor's visa. Now, the solution is then, if he wants to visit, get him a green card. Go file for him.
Right. Well, that's more or less what I've decided to try to do, because actually they won't let me enter the embassy with him to speak. I've tried to send in a letter explaining our situation. I've tried sending an invitation for my son. I explained that I have no property in the United States and I've lived in Costa Rica. In fact, I was married before there and was married for 13 years there, and I never filed for a green card for him. And I lived in Costa Rica.
Let me ask you a question, Wendy. You own property in Costa Rica?
Yes.
You have a job there?
I have business, yes.
Okay, and what is your husband doing? Can I ask what his job is?
He actually has he farms strawberries. And he has a business where he sells strawberries.
Okay.
But he has various places that he rents property, different places that he farms the strawberries, and he has people working for him.
Okay, so he has a whole farm. All right, so this is what I would suggest.
But he doesn't own the land.
I understand
and
that.
There is the thing.
Okay, but you have property.
I do.
Okay, so let me make this suggestion to you. In certain circumstances, like the one that you're presenting to us, I think that we would be able to help you out. And we would probably be able to contact the U.S. Embassy and speak to people there and present to them all of this evidence and maybe even more that you are telling me that you're unable to. And hopefully, by presenting all of this and letting somebody take a look at it, hopefully we would be able to get him a visitor's visa. No, I mean, obviously no guarantee, but certainly, we would be able to speak to somebody that you probably would not be able to. All right, so if you want, you can hold on and let's see if we can help, all right? All right, so with that said, well, you have a problem, Houston.
No problems at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
You seem to have a problem.
I have absolutely no problems.
Why do we have problems with the equipment today?
No, I don't know what you're talking about, Brad. It's all an illusion.
Do you need to fix anything else?
No, that was it.
We're all good.
We needed to charge things.
You need to charge things.
Things needed to be charged.
You got to charge up.
Somebody give us a penis book. We need to charge things.
Oh my God. Jeez. What are you charging, by the way?
I don't know.
Kids changing batteries on something below the belt there. I don't know what's going on. All right. So let's. one of those days.
It is one of those days.
Yeah, social media. That's. All right, what do we got on social media?
Go for it.
All right, we got Abigail King. How long will it take to get your citizenship?
About 9-10 months.
Patricia says, I was married to my husband and unfortunately he died. Can I still get my green card, and if so, how?
Yeah, if he died, you can file a widow petition as long as you file it within 2 years of his death. It's done on an I-360. You got to prove it was a real marriage, and then you can get an affidavit of support from anybody else in the United States of America.
All right, so I have one from Maureen Neal. Good afternoon to you all. I went online and I saw all the papers asking for, that they are asking for, including the immunization report. I didn't grow up with a mother, and moreover, she died from 2009. I don't have that record to give the doctor, so I can go to my interview for my immigrant visa. What should I do, though?
Well, if you don't have the record, the doctor's just going to give you the shots. That's what's going to happen. So you're going to have to pay for immunization shots.
And that will be okay, even though she's over 50 years old?
Listen, I'm not a medical doctor, but I assume you speak to your doctor and say, yes, are you healthy enough to take an immunization shot? But that's what's going to be required.
All right.
We've got a question, from Andrew, who says, my brother was deported because his green card is expired. Is that legal?
Well, no. If your green card expired, you have a 10-year green card, and you got deported because it expired, that's not legal. You're still a permanent resident of the United States. If you lived out of the United States for more than a year and your green card expired and you tried to come back to the United States after living out of the country for a while, then yeah, you gave up your permanent residence. If you have a 2-year green card and you never remove the conditions, yes, that makes you illegal. That makes you a deportable alien. So there's a lot of different scenarios in those facts, and we would need to know more.
All right, I have one from Nobleza Banas. I got a tourist visa. Can I apply for a student visa?
Yes. Why not? Get accepted to a school, get an I-20, and have the affidavit of support that you can support yourself and go to school without taking a job, and why not? Go get your student visa.
Ambicioso said, why would someone have their adjustment of status interview before they got their work permit? My friend sent a case inquiry after 4 months and got a response that the next step is an interview and not the work permit.
I don't know what they're doing. The general, I don't know what he asked. I don't know how they responded. The people who are responding are not necessarily the Immigration Service. They are outside contractors. So I'm not sure what he asked, what was responded to, what he filed, whether he filed it properly. But if it was all done properly, it should be you file your adjustment, you take your fingerprint, you get your work permit, you get an interview for a green card. What he did and what he's talking to immigration about, I don't know.
All right, one from Princess. Okay, so what does it mean when your name was updated for the I-360?
What do you mean, when your name is updated? You changed your name on an application?
That's what it's asking.
I guess. Your name was updated. Exactly what it means. Sometimes the answer to your question's right in front of you. I think that's one of those times. What does it mean when your name is updated? That means your name was updated. They changed your name per your request.
Maybe she just wanted to hear
right
from you.
There. It's right there in front of you, that answer.
Do they update it without you knowing? Or
I don't know. I mean, no, they wouldn't necessarily just randomly start changing your name.
Right.
That does seem not
yes
proper procedure.
Correct.
Yes. Or illegal.
Okay, next.
You're going to be Yonathan Smith from now on.
Yes.
Michael says, if a person came to the U.S. with someone else's passport just 14 years ago, not a U.S. passport, after marrying a U.S. citizen girlfriend, is he going to get a work permit before the forgiveness waiver is approved?
Okay, so I gotta put that in the Google Translate.
Yep.
So basically, he committed fraud.
Yep.
Came here on a passport from his country, but his either his name was changed or it was a photo substituted passport where he took somebody else's passport and substituted his photo into it and entered the United States with some sort of fraudulent document. He now is married to a U.S. citizen. Now, in New York and Connecticut, but not in all the other 48 states, but in New York and Connecticut in the Second Circuit, they allow you to adjust your status if you have proof, if you have proof that you have a legal entry, albeit as on a fake document. So as long as he has that passport that was a fake document, he did commit fraud, he can file the adjustment, he will get his work permit, he will go on his interview, he will be denied, and he better be at that interview ready for that waiver.
All right, I have one from Anna Nicole. When USCIS asks for additional information / documents, how long do you have until you send them in if they don't state a time frame?
They definitely state a time frame, but if they don't, it's usually 87 days plus 3 days for a mailing. 90.
Willie has a very convoluted explanation as to who he's asking this question for. I have a friend of a friend, not just my friend.
Just a friend of a friend.
The friend of a friend. I swear I don't know this guy.
Okay.
He was here last year for 5 months, left in November, and wants to come back in June. Do you think that they're going to be able to get into the U.S.?
Really, maybe. You know, when you come on a visitor's visa, you have to be able to show you are coming to visit. A visitor's visa is not, I'm a living here visa. A lot of times people like to use the visitor's visa is, I'm using this visa to live in America, which is you can't come to the United States, come for 6 months or 5 months, go home for a month, come back for 5 or 6 months, go home for a month, come back for 5 or 6 months. Eventually, over a 2 or 3 year period, you're in the United States for 20 months and in another country for 3 months. Now, all of a sudden, that visitor's visa, you're not visiting, you're living here. So you have to be very careful with that. Rule number 1, for sure, if you are in the United States more than you are out of the United States, I can guarantee you they will not let you in. Okay? So if you come for 5 months, you better be out for at least 5 months. Now, let's say you come for 5 months and you're out for 6 months. It's now a discretionary thing at the airport. You know, are you using this? What are you doing here for 5 months? You know, you come for 5 months. Don't you have a job? Are you coming here to work? What are you doing here? They're going to start questioning stuff. So my general rule is this. For every month you are in the United States, you should be out of the United States for 2 months. Maybe even 2.5 months for every month now because of Trump. Maybe under Obama it's 2 months. Maybe under Trump every month here, 2.5 months. So if you came for 5 months, you should stay out for at least a year. 12 months at a minimum. And then, you know, maybe even 18 months, but certainly 12 months. Because if you come in under a year after being here for 5 months, I can almost assure you they will stop you.
All right, Wendy Brown asks, can you please explain the Form D-260?
DS-260?
It just says D-260.
There is no D, there's a DS.
Okay, so
the DS-260 stands for Department of State, and it's the biographic data forms. It's what you get from the National Visa Center when you're I thought I was going to explain it to you.
I don't want to know.
You don't need to know this.
Wendy wants to know.
It's the biographic data forms you get from the National Visa Center. It starts the process of scheduling you for a visa appointment in another country.
Cynthia says, how many months do you have to put in your renewal?
Renewal of what?
Your renewal. I don't know.
I don't know either because I don't know what the renewal is. All right, so assuming you're talking about the renewal of your green card, you do it 6 months before. If you're talking about the renewal of your work permit, it's 90 days before. If you're talking about the going from the 2-year to the 10-year, you do it 90 days before. I am not familiar with any other type of renewal in immigration. I've given you the answers to all 3 different types of renewals.
Okay, May Simmons asks, how long, let me fix this up. All right, so after a 1-year extension, how long do you have to wait to get your 19-year-old?
Can you read it exactly as they phrased it? I don't even know what that means.
After a 1-year extension, how long you got to wait to get your 19-year-old?
Wait, your 19-year. Maybe she meant your 10-year?
Your 10-year.
Okay.
She put 19. She
19
did
year.
put 19.
Okay.
So maybe your 10-year.
Your 10-year.
Maybe your 10.
All right, so she filed. Now I got it. Thank you very much.
Takes a village.
Thank you, yeah. So she filed an I-751 application to remove the conditions of her permanent residence. She's been waiting a year. It's about 18 months.
Sharon says, I got my green card before I was married. Now I want to apply for my citizenship, but I have to present my husband's taxes. Can I apply without him?
If you're applying based on having a green card for 3 years, yes, you have to have joint tax returns with your husband. If you're applying based on had a green card for 5 years, your husband's taxes have nothing to do with this.
All right, so Stanford John asks, is someone married to a U.S. citizen filed for their green card? Can they call for their interview before they get their work permit?
We've been getting that question a lot.
We have.
And I think people are screwing up their work permit applications.
Makes sense.
That's what's happening.
How are they screwing them up, Brad?
I don't know, but I would say, I would say is the process is you file your application, you take your fingerprint, you get your work permit, and then you get your green card down the line. People who get their green card, their work permits delayed is because they didn't do it right, and then all of a sudden they get scheduled for a green card interview and they never got their work permit.
Emma Nike would like to know, can you adjust your status on a visitor's visa?
Yes, you can if you're married to a U.S. citizen, but make sure that marriage and that adjustment happen more than 90 days after your entry.
All right, Maureen Neal wants to know, so I overstayed my Jamaican passport in the Bahamas for the period of 3 months. Think when I apply for my American visa in Jamaica, will they turn me down? So I think
so. She violated Bahamian
yes.
immigration laws and wants to know if that is a problem for getting a visitor's visa in the United States. No. No, it is not.
Good.
Ahmed says just, how long does a trial take?
A trial.
That's the whole question. I know what you're going to ask me, Brad, and I have no other information.
You can't get mad
I've given you everything I have, man.
The trials and tribulations. Trials take anywhere. I've seen a trial take 1 hour. I've seen a trial take over a year, and everything in between. Depends what the trial's about.
All right, so Simone wants to know, how do I get the I-94 form immigration only stamp your passport?
You go online and go and Google I-94 online, and you'll get to a DHS website where you can fill in the information and get your I-94. So what does Velma Gale have to say for herself?
Velma Gale says, call Brad before you mess your paperwork up. This is very true.
Words of wisdom from Velma Gale.
I think she's a very smart lady.
She is.
That's right.
Yes. I like Velma. I like everything she has to say right now.
Yeah.
Are you not going to do the Velma yell?
What?
Velma. No?
I don't know what
she doesn't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What? The Flintstones? Isn't that the Flintstones?
No, that's Wilma.
That's Wilma.
Not Velma.
Oh, man.
Belgium.
All right, so let's do this. I had recently spoken to a gentleman by the name of Vin McCarthy. He wrote an article. He was born here in the United States, but he's originally of Irish descent. And he wrote an article, Why Don't People in Ireland Consider an Irish American to be Irish? Why don't people in Ireland, this is what I'm at, this is what his question was.
Yeah.
Why don't people in Ireland consider an Irish American to be Irish? Yonathan, before we go to this, Liberian, what?
What about Liberia? That's not where I'm from.
That's not.
I'm asking about Liberians.
I don't know Liberians.
But I think I know what you're going to ask. So
Ethiopians.
Yeah, so like
Okay.
if I felt that Ethiopians didn't feel that Ethiopian Americans were Ethiopian, it would be a big problem. And that's not in our culture. So this is very interesting.
So you were
to me.
born where?
I was born in LA.
You were born in Los
Inglewood,
Angeles.
California.
Okay, when you go back to Ethiopia,
Yes.
are you considered Ethiopian?
So there's definitely a difference, but I do have a TV show out there, so
you're considered Ethiopian.
Yeah, so they're definitely gonna claim me, but I do feel like Ethiopians or Eritreans that are born in the United States, when they go back, there is a little disconnect, but I don't feel that they would actually disown you as one of their own.
Belgium Kim.
Yeah.
You were born in Belgium.
I was.
Grew up in North Carolina, and you live in Harlem. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. When you go back, it's so weird.
Great.
Yeah, great. Yes.
It's his favorite thing.
Yes. Yeah. Only Belgium.
Great sentence.
Okay. So, when you go back to Belgium,
Yeah.
do people consider you from Belgium, or they consider you now American?
It's funny. Belgians, like normal Belgians, consider me Belgian because I speak the language, although I speak it with a bit of an accent, so they're immediately like, you're Belgian, but you don't totally sound Belgian. And my family considers me more American than Belgian. They consider me more like on the 50-50, maybe 51-49.
All right, so here we got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Ethiopia. Only if you have a TV show, they would consider you Ethiopian.
Yeah, if I had a show.
Okay, maybe if you had a show in Belgium.
Yeah, they'd claim me more.
All right, you go back to Belgium, you're now American, although you consider yourself, it's funny, you consider yourself Belgian.
Yeah, absolutely. I
Okay,
am Belgian.
you consider yourself Ethiopian. Now this guy, Vin McCarthy, he considers himself Irish, but he says when he goes back to Ireland, he ain't Irish. He's an American. Let's watch. Joining me today is Vin McCarthy. Vin's a first-generation American born in the United States. His parents were born in Ireland. He just took a trip back to Ireland recently, and he wrote an article titled, "Why Don't People in Ireland Consider an Irish American to be Irish?" So, Vin, my question to you is, first, welcome to Bradshaw Live, but my question to you is, why is an Irish American no longer Irish?
Well, that's the thing, right? So the Irish American part of it, it's that American part that people get really hung up on, when you're back in Ireland, if you're an Irish American, there's no such thing. You're just American. You're not Irish. You're just American. You are where you're born.
So how'd you find that out?
Well, I found that out pretty early on. I was like my parents both immigrated here from Ireland, and so I've spent most of my life around other Irish people that they know. People kind of come together that way. And any time that you talk to relatives or people who come here from Ireland, there's a very distinct opinion that, no, you're American, you're from America. If you're Irish, you're from Ireland. And you hear that pretty much from all sides.
So why did you write this article?
Well, I think that it's a big deal, I think, especially for a first-generation American to hold on to the cultural identity that their family brought with them to this country. Like America, particularly New York City, we're a city and a nation built on immigrants, and I think that to lose sight of that is doing a disservice to our own history. And more than that, it does a disservice to yourself. Like you belong to some cultural heritage, whether you like it or not. And for many people, that's like proudly American, and there's nothing wrong with that. But for some people, there's a very clear and living tie to the place that you come from. And I think that there's a lot of beauty to be found in that. I think it's important to acknowledge every facet of yourself, be that your national identity, your cultural identity, your ethnic identity, your racial identity. People are multifaceted beings, and I think that to ignore any of them is a crime.
So how was it growing up as the son of Irish immigrants? Tell me about your upbringing.
It's just, you just get that sense, you get the sense of the immigrant story, as well as you get some of the Irish values, right? So you get some of the wit and the cynicism, as well as the love and the care that comes from Irish homes. A lot of my friends now and growing up also had immigrant parents, but their parents immigrated from places like Colombia or other places in South America, or from the Caribbean islands, stuff like that. So they still have that kind of that sense of the immigrant story, where your parents came to this country to make a better life for you, so you better get that better life. And aside from that, I guess the particular Irish stuff is little traditions that I didn't know were Irish until well after the fact. for a particular instance, right around Christmas, when you have Christmas dinner, we have these things called Irish crackers, which are like kind of like a tiny firework that you pull with someone else, and it opens up, and there's a prize inside. And I thought that was something that everybody did at Christmas. And I only later found out that, like, no, that's an Irish thing. Like, none of my friends were aware.
Right.
That,
The Italians had no idea this was happening, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And so what are the most funny moments or experiences that come to mind, or ironic moments? You went back to Ireland, and they're treating you as the American cousins as different. Tell me about how that was all about.
So when I was very young and going back there, it felt kind of ostracizing and kind of weird. It felt like they were putting us in a different group than all the other people around, which can feel othering and feel very strange. It wasn't malicious. It was just like the act of labeling us as a little different made us feel different, or at least myself. I can't speak for anyone else's experience. But then when I getting older, like for instance, when my family we were there last year for a wedding, and this or 2 years ago, sorry. This was right when leading up to Trump's election. So that was like the talk of conversation. They're like, oh, we got these Americans here. Let's ask them why is Trump about to be president? How did you guys let this happen? No, but you just get that. You get to be the American. You get to represent the entire country when you're at any family gathering.
Right. I understand. So from all of this self-examination, how are you defining your identity these days now?
Mostly as a New Yorker, if I'm being honest. I've done a bit more traveling in my time, but I've gone to other places, and I've always kind of, like, the first thing that I lead with when people ask me where I'm from is I just say New York City. But so then, I guess by extension of that, I just say, like, I'm Irish American. I fall into both camps. Both of these identities have shaped the person that I am today. Like, I wouldn't be who I was if my parents had come from any other country or if they had been born here. I wouldn't have the perspectives that I have or have the experiences that I have. So I think that I'm comfortably Irish American.
Well, Vin McCarthy, thank you very much. I really appreciate your time coming on. Tell us again about your Facebook page where we can find out more information about what you're doing and giving the dichotomy between people who immigrate and people who are here and the different cultural differences and how you become more American. Tell us a little bit about that, about your page.
Well, it's a web show. It's called Diaspora, and you can find it on Facebook.com/SoulTigerPro. Soul Tiger Pro. It's Soul Tiger Productions. We're trying to, turn out a bunch of different stuff, and like this, our newest show right now is called Diaspora, and it's really about the diaspora experience and how it feels to be, either someone who left to come to a different country or, the children of people who have left to come to a different country, and the experiences that come with that, like the small human moments in lives like that.
Vin McCarthy, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Best of luck on your web series. Best of luck on your writing career, and I appreciate you coming on our show.
All right, thanks so much, Brad. I really appreciate you having me.
Take care. All right, so we're going to go back to our social media check-in right now. We have a whole bunch of questions still online. We're going to social media check-in, and here it is. Yeah. All right, so what do we got?
Go for it.
All right, so Andrew Anderson. Hey, Brad, my brother was deported because his green card expired. Is that legal? And what can I do to get him back?
You asked that question already.
Did I?
Yeah, we need to know more information.
Oh,
why,
you did?
I think
why the brother was deported because his green card expired? There's more to the story. More to the story.
More to the story.
There is. I just don't know what it is, but there's more to the story.
Got you.
Dawn says, if someone gets married to a person who's in the military, is the adjustment period shorter?
No, it's the same. What you get, the benefit of the military is if you entered without inspection, you can get parole in place to still adjust your status here. The other advantage is that you have a lower income threshold for the affidavit of support. It's just 100% above the poverty level. At the poverty level, you got to support your spouse, not 125% above the poverty level. Wow, I can't talk right now. Above the poverty level. Okay, now we're good.
So you got that. Okay. That was good.
There it is.
All right, Daphne Hudson. Hey, Brad, I'm so scared.
Uh-oh.
All right, serious one. Serious. I'm married and I'm in Jamaica. My son is a citizen and wants to file for me. But people are saying I have to put my husband on it, and my son refuses to do that. I don't want him on it. I need your advice.
Your son is not filing for your husband. There's a question on the application. Are you married? You have to tell the truth. Yes, I'm married. Because you answer that question yes and put your husband's name on the application does not get your husband a green card. He's actually not included in the application whatsoever. So the only person who will be coming to America will be you. Nothing to be frightened about.
Kanisha says, can my husband adjust his status here after he's overstayed his visa?
Yes, you can. Why not? You file an I-45, an I-130, I-864, I-765, I-131, and you do it properly. You should get your work permit before you get your interview. We've had that question many times. Yeah. But the answer is yes. If you overstayed your visa, you can absolutely adjust your status.
All right, I have one from Franklin Toomer. I'm in the process of bringing my wife and her son from a previous relationship to the United States. If the child is 8 years old but the father's name is on the birth certificate, is there some kind of paperwork that has to be signed by him to bring the son to the U.S.?
Not necessarily, as long as the son lives with the mother. Sometimes the U.S. embassies ask, for a letter from the father or the other parent if there's some sort of joint custody that they're allowing the child to immigrate. But for the most part, if the child's living with the mother, no, there's really nothing for the father to sign.
Cheryl is wondering, can a green card holder apply for a visiting visa for their 5-year-old grandson?
No, there is no such thing as anybody applying for a visitor's visa for anybody. The person getting the visitor's visa, even a 5-year-old grandson, needs to walk into the U.S. Embassy and apply for a visitor's visa. So somebody in that, maybe the mom in wherever the country is that the grandson is in, needs to bring the grandson into the U.S. Embassy and apply for the visitor's visa. You from America are doing nothing.
All right. Hi, my name is Valerie Smith. I'm a green card holder in the United States for 3 years now. So here's my question. Can I petition someone already just having a green card and not a U.S. citizen yet?
What? Say it again? What?
So, I am a green card holder for 3 years in the U.S. Can I petition someone with just a green card if I'm not a U.S. citizen yet?
Who is the somebody? Do we have a somebody who he's petitioning? Are we petitioning the cousin?
I didn't finish.
Oh, you didn't finish?
Yeah.
I'm jumping down your throat here.
You said what before I finished?
What? Right, okay.
Brad.
Boy, I'm like an angry little elf today.
Right.
Let the man live.
Looks like someone needs to touch that. All right, so would I be able to petition?
She just laughs at everything. It's amazing. I wish I could just put her. I just wish I could put her in an audience, and I would make a lot.
No, that's what I said. Like if I ever did stand-up comedy, like she would have to be in the front.
But this is not an act, by the way, because I come to the production room and all day long you just hear her laughing.
Just her laughing.
She's laughing. She enjoys her job.
It's true.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody can accuse her of not enjoying her job.
Right.
No, that's a fact. Yeah.
All right. So what is the question?
So Valerie Smith wants to know, would she be able to petition her mother?
I don't remember what she was asking before now.
See? Yeah. See? All right, so Valerie Smith is a green card holder in the United States for 3 years.
You can't petition your mom as a green card holder. You have to be a citizen.
You have to be a citizen.
There
you go, Valerie Smith. Sorry.
Yes.
took some teeth pulling, but we got there. Yeah. Sophia wants to know, if you come to the United States on a visa, have a baby, and then you go back to your home country with the baby. Now this woman is planning to travel back to the United States with the baby. What do you think is going to happen?
I think you're going to get deported at the airport. You can't come here on a visitor's visa, give birth, and then go home and make an American citizen and then say, now I'm going to travel back on that same visitor's visa. You're going to have a huge, as Donald Trump says, huge problem.
All right. Grace McIver. Hi, I have a best friend in the Philippines. She has a daughter that's 7 years old, but the father is a U.S. citizen. So now, for what I know, the daughter is an automatic U.S. citizen, but my question is, what should we do for her to come here without any evidence of a copy of the father's naturalization and the Social Security number so we can get a U.S. citizen passport for her to come?
Well, you need to be able to prove that the father was a citizen at the time of the birth of the child and lived in the United States in some lawful status, whether as a citizen or as a resident, 10 years prior to the birth. So you're going to need to get some documentation from the father.
Michelle says, I did an interview with before the file was closed with the judge where they say that they did not have jurisdiction over it, but they were going to approve it. So I did an info pass to get the file transfer where they said they may need to reschedule another interview. So is that possible?
A judge? You don't do an interview with a judge?
No, so she did the interview and then she did the interview before the judge closed the file.
All right. So let me decipher all of this.
Than't you.
Okay.
I don't even know what I just asked.
Okay, I understand. Luckily, I understand.
Right. A lot of times we don't know.
So luckily, I understand all of this stuff. All right. So she's in deportation, and when you're in deportation, it's apparently she got married to a citizen to avoid deportation, to get a green card. So when you marry a U.S. citizen, while you're in deportation, the government says, we believe you just got married just to avoid deportation. We don't believe that this is a real marriage. So you have to request what's called a bona fide marriage exemption. You have to go for an interview with the immigration service, not with the judge. You're in deportation with the judge, and then the judge is going to say to you, prove to me beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is a bona fide marriage. You have to request what's called a bona fide marriage exemption. And you go on an interview at the local immigration service. They give you the Stokes interview where they separate you into two different rooms. And you got to prove it's a bona fide marriage. And if you've done that, then the presumption is lifted that you got married for love. You didn't get married just to avoid deportation. And you got to bring that letter from the local immigration office approving your I-130 back to the judge, who will then terminate your deportation. At that point, you go back to the immigration. I mean, you're walking back and forth 100 times, not 100 times, but a whole bunch of times. Then you go back to the local immigration office to adjust your status.
All right.
How is that for an interpretation?
That was pretty hot.
That was hot.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as hot as it is in this room right now.
Woo! Or as hot as it was earlier.
Yes, we got the air conditioning on. I took care of it.
You did. I saw him. He was
Yes. That's right.
That's how he looks when he's
exactly how he
mad.
I'm like, it's hot as hell in here. And all we're doing is talking about penises.
No,
It
shouldn't be hot.
Yeah, it shouldn't be hot. That's what I'm talking about. I should be ice cold. Yeah?
All right.
I've been cool and breezy the whole time,
That's
fellas.
right, yes.
All right, I have one from Riley Romano. All right, so I've been living in the U.S. with my mom, who petitioned me for 2 years and 7 months. I just want to know if I'm eligible to file my U.S. citizenship now.
No, you have to have a green card for 5 years to become a citizen.
Norm said, a friend of mine just recently filed for bankruptcy. Is that going to be a problem to file a petition for her son who lives with her at the same time? From an H-1B visa dependent to green card holder, mother is already a U.S. citizen.
No, filing for bankruptcy has no effect on an immigration case as long as you can do an affidavit of support, show your tax returns, show that you make an income 125% above the poverty level. Bankruptcy has zero to do with immigration.
All right, Joey Iglesias asks, my father petitioned my brother and sister, but my dad passed away, and the petition has been denied. Can they still do they still have a chance to come to the United States?
Who died and what happened?
The father petitioned the brother and sister. He passed away, so then it was denied.
And she lives in the United States?
Joey does not say that, but how about if Joey does?
Okay, if it does, then Joey can step into the shoes of the deceased parent, request a humanitarian waiver on behalf of the brothers and sisters, and complete the case for the brothers and sisters. So there is possibilities when petitioners die, you can have close family members complete the case for humanitarian reasons, but you have to prove the humanitarian reason.
Okay, so real quick, one question, real quick.
Yes.
Look at Brad is done with the show. He's
Goodbye.
off, guys.
Goodbye, Brad.
I am not off. I am not
They
off.
showed you walking off. People are probably like, why are you walking away?
Damn it.
Yeah,
We gotta give you more slack on that.
God damn it.
You
That
just gotta
humanitarian reasons. I'm so angry.
That's exactly what it just looked like. He was like, "Gah."
No, I was angry because this thing keeps falling.
Yeah.
You just
So
gotta, like,
I do
just
have one
squeeze it.
question. It's a follow-up that I think he might want to know. Does it matter that the petition had already been denied though? Because you said they can step in, But if it's been denied, can they
What
still
was
step
denied?
in?
I assume if the petition has to be approved, and then the death has to happen after.
See, so that's
But if
the
the
thing.
petition, if the petitioner died before the petition was approved, or if the petition was denied, then there's nothing you can do.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
The
fine.
petition was denied.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I had stuff falling.
Right. That's why I had to ask for Joey.
Right.
Joey Iglesias.
Okay, thank you. Julio Iglesias.
It's Joey.
Yes, that's his pseudo name.
You never know.
It's his
Can't
pseudo name
assume.
because Julio Iglesias Sr.'s dead.
This is true.
All right, so the
Wait, the senior
Does
is
he have a
dead?
junior?
The dad?
Isn't the dad dead?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Wait.
Yes.
Enrique Iglesias' dad is dead?
Isn't he?
When?
What?
Maybe I'm making it up.
Fake news.
I feel,
I
hold
thought he
on,
was
this
dead.
is-
We gotta Google that.
This
I
is
thought he was
easily
dead.
Googleable. And this time it's not
Sheesh.
penises that
I
I'm
thought he
Googling.
was
hey,
dead.
hey. No, he is not dead.
He's not dead.
I
He's
was like-
born September 23rd, 1943.
Still alive.
No date
like,
of
when
death.
did he die?
Julio Iglesias is alive?
I was gonna
Yeah.
Jeez.
Jill is confirming.
Jeez.
Yeah.
He's just born in the
Yeah,
morning.
1943.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
he's really not that
So
old.
then why did you, when I had the tickets for the Julio Iglesias concert, Yonathan came to me and said, he's dead.
This is not true.
He says, why you, he goes, give me those tickets. He's dead. You can't do anything with them.
Not give me those tickets. What am I gonna do with it?
That's because you invite Yo-Yo. I would have
Yeah.
gone with you to Julio Iglesias.
think
That would
we
have been a
did.
great
Yeah.
time.
All right, let's go to Shanique in Newark. Well, Shanique, if we can go to Shanique.
Hello.
What happened here?
Hi, Brad. How are you?
Shanique? Shanique?
Hello.
Oh, now I hear you. How are you?
Yeah, hi, I'm good. I want to ask a question.
Yeah, sure.
If I'm filing for my green card and I've never filed tax with my husband, would that be a problem for my green card?
Yes, because you have to have a joint economic relationship. Part of having a joint economic relationship is having a joint tax return. So if you never did it with your husband, you can always go back and amend your taxes and fix it.
So, if you don't have a work permit, can you file for tax with your husband? Do you have to wait to get a work permit before you can actually do joint tax?
No, because you can request a tax identification number for him. We can help you with all of that. I have a fantastic tax attorney here at Spar and Bernstein who can help you with all of that. Okay.
All right.
So, yeah.
One more quick
Sure.
question. What does they check for before they issue the work permit?
What does what?
What does immigration check for before they issue a work permit
That
to a
that
client?
you filled out all of the applications properly and that your fingerprint's clear, that you don't have a criminal
So
record.
does they check their husband also?
They're checking the fingerprints of the person who's getting the green card.
Oh, I got you.
All right?
All right. Thank you very much.
Hold on if you need help. All right. 1-800-529-5465. Jilly, should we go to social media, more social media check-in, or should we go to Dr. Kerry Taylor? Jilly, it's up to you. I don't know. Do you
We can always find social media.
Yes,
We're gonna do
apparently.
social media.
Apparently, we will be going to social media.
All right, let's make it happen then.
I
Yeah, you're not going to be taking any
by
calls.
the way, I will be hanging myself now with the stupid
This
thing.
thing,
do it,
like,
Brad.
it just doesn't like
It
you
doesn't
today.
like me
No.
wherever I put it.
You need to sit on it.
I sat on it.
Okay.
But
It was not
apparently
very
not hard
comfortable.
enough.
It was not very comfortable to sit on a big thing like that.
Well,
I don't want to
Are we
get
still
into
talking about the same thing?
I don't want to get into that, but it was not very comfortable. So then I held it in my lap, and that didn't work. And I put it in my pocket, and that didn't
doesn't
work.
work.
And then I tried to attach it to my belt, and that didn't work.
You're obviously putting it in all the wrong places, Brian.
Right. So I have this in my hand now.
So you can't hear nothing.
I can't hear nothing.
So we can. So I got you.
You got me.
Yeah.
You
I
got
got
me.
you.
And that's it. I'm taking the whole goddamn thing off.
Yeah,
I'm
but
out
not
of
when
here.
there are calls though.
Yeah, that's it. I'm done.
Wow, he's unplugged, you
I
guys.
am unplugged now.
He is
This is
unplugged.
it.
It's
Get rid of
acoustic,
stuff.
Brad.
There will be no more in my ear anything.
Well, we got enough social
You got
media
enough
questions
social
for
media
you,
questions?
though. It's all
Okay.
good.
The
And you
lines are
guys
closed.
also, please ask your questions right now. You could just type it in, and we got you. We're going to ask Brad for you, all right?
Yes.
So I want to do one from She Cute.
Uh-huh.
Hotter than damn.
What the what? How the damn damn?
Yeah, She Cute, hotter than damn.
What does that even mean?
She Cute, hotter than damn.
Does it matter?
It means she cute.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
This is her name.
Let's.
Oh, I thought.
No.
I thought you said she was asking how that damn.
No. This is
And
her
I'm like,
name.
what kind of question is that? How that damn? I thought because I heard the word how. I'm like,
Hotta damn.
oh, this is her name. Is
Yes.
how that damn?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so I petitioned for my daughter since 2012 when I was a green card holder. Now I'm a U.S. citizen. Do I need to upgrade?
Yes, you have to let the Immigration Service know. Well, where's your daughter, first of all? If your daughter's in another country, you're not going to let the Immigration Service know. You're going to let the National Visa Center know. I assume your I-130 has already been approved, and you're going to let the National Visa Center know that that your I-130 has been upgraded by submitting. I'm so uncomfortable not having this in my ear now.
It's all good. I got you. If anybody says anything,
Boy,
I got you.
I don't know what's going on. It's like I'm naked,
Yeah.
you know?
Right.
So, just gonna put this back in my ear, even though just to make me feel good, even though
I know it probably does feel weird.
Maybe I'll put it, this way. I'll put it.
Maybe that will work, right?
Let me start that answer again. You make a photocopy of your naturalization application. You submit it to the National Visa Center. Let them know that you upgraded. You send a letter. This is how you upgrade. You send a letter. Say, I'm the petitioner. Here's my name. Here's the beneficiary. This is this person's name. This is the case number. The case number starts with the first three letters of the embassy where your son is. So if, for example, if it's in Kingston, Jamaica, it would be KNG. If it's Port of Spain, it would be PTS. If it's Manila, it would be MNL. And then there's a number that follows. And then you submit that letter with a copy of your naturalization. Don't submit your original, because if you submit your original, you'll never get it back. And you submit it with a copy, and they will upgrade your case.
We have a question from Sharon, and she says, if one sister has been in the country for 18 years without a green card, can the sister who just got citizenship file for her?
Yes. But it's going to be about 15 years, and who knows what will happen in 15 years, how they're going to get their green card, whether they'll be able to adjust here, whether they have to go home. That I don't know.
All right, I have one from Dennis Pasquale. I'm a J1 visa holder. Can I go straight and apply for a green card after getting the waiver?
I'm sorry. I'm just reading what Jeff Mosey wrote.
What did he say? Oh,
he says, great. He can't see and now he can't hear either. So I was just looking at the comment as you were. It just made me laugh.
Maureen is actually saying so. Maureen Neal says, thank you, sir. You're doing a wonderful job. Please keep up the good work.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. When everything's going off the rails, I need someone like Maureen to bring me back to earth. See? Thank you very much, Maureen.
Great boost of confidence.
Yes, great boost of So what is the question now?
So I'm a J1 visa holder. Can I go straight and apply for a green card after getting the waiver?
What did you read now?
Val Miguel is saying there's something wrong with Brad after his vacation. Everyone's just making me laugh today.
Somebody asked what you were drinking.
Nothing.
That's true. Velma was.
I'm drinking vitamin water.
With?
A little spiked.
A little something in there.
Well, somebody did bring me some green ginger wine.
Green ginger?
Is there such a thing as green ginger
Is
wine?
Strongback juice green, y'all?
No, maybe that'll explain everything.
I'm drinking Cordella's Strongback juice.
Cordella, you said
That's why the thing doesn't stay in my pocket. There's no room. She gave me the Strongback juice.
It works.
It works, apparently.
It works, guys.
The Strongback juice. I can't even stand up right now.
For the love of God, don't. As a matter of fact, if you could turn your chair a little bit, face that way.
That's why this thing keeps falling.
We're gonna start being at opposite ends of the table.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yes, it was ginger wine. That's what I got.
All right. So the question,
Yes.
Dennis. So he's a J1 visa holder. Can he go straight and apply for a green card after getting the waiver?
What kind of waiver?
The waiver.
Though I don't know what waiver he's. Is it a J1 waiver? Dennis, tell me what type of waiver you're asking, and come back to us.
All right, Dennis. Yeah, ask that real quick. Real quick.
And I've got nothing right now. Do you have another one, Yo-Yo?
I do.
By the way, Barbara Lord said Brad did not drink the strong vac because he would have been flipping over the chairs at the computer by now.
Oh my God!
It does that?
It does that. Yeah, it does that.
I like that.
Look at that. Well done, you guys.
Like that. I really need that.
Jeff said this is what happens when DACA isn't fresh.
Yes.
Okay.
You guys, what are you doing today?
All right, so I do have one from Zhang. Hello, I'm a J1 visa. My program will end in June 2019. Is there a way that I can stay here after the program? I have a son who's a U.S. citizen, and we have that 2-year rule.
Yeah, well, first you got to get the waiver and then figure out how to get a work visa or something. But you certainly, if it's 2019, you have time to start figuring it out now. The waiver takes a year. You should be calling me for a consultation.
Tanika says, what should one expect before receiving their interview letter?
What should they expect? Their work permit and a fingerprint. So the applicant, assuming it's a marriage case, you file, you get a fingerprint, you get your work permit, and then finally you get a interview notice, and they'll give you about 2 weeks for the interview.
All right, I have one from Melissa. I'm currently a J1 visa here in the United States, and I am a teacher. Is there a way I can apply for a working visa and have a green card?
She's on a J now.
She is on a J1
Well,
now.
again, it's the same thing. You probably, if you're a teacher, most likely you're going to have a 2-year home residence requirement. So you got to get that lifted first, then switch to an H-1B, and then a labor application for a green card. You're going to need a private school or a school district to sponsor you.
We've got a question from Ine, who says, I'm currently here in Pittsburgh as an intern, and I was wondering if I was eligible to apply for a working visa or at least some sort of extension of stay.
What is their status right now?
It doesn't say what her status is, but she's here as an intern, so she's got some sort of legal status, but we don't know what.
Maybe an intern's, I guess, also a J visa. Internships are J visas. Again, I don't know if you have a 2-year home residence requirement. But certainly as long as you keep your status, there's always options.
All right, I have one from Dennis Josephs. Hey, Brad, how long does it take to renew an expired green card?
About 3 months.
We have a question from Lucretia, who says, I was here in the U.S. for about 20 years, and I was petitioned by a foster home. I have approval for an immigrant visa. How can I get a green card?
The immigrant visa is the green card. You were forced to home, so she's on a special juvenile immigrant.
It seems that way. She
Yes.
said that she was petitioned for by a foster home.
Well, that's a special juvenile immigrant. If you have the approved immigrant visa, then just file your adjustment.
All right.
So I didn't understand the question, because an immigrant visa in another country is your green card that you're entering with. If you have an approved immigrant visa petition, then you need to adjust your status here. It sounds like she's a special juvenile immigrant.
Okay.
Okay, I have one from Yayas. I love that name.
I love that
I love that name. Yayas. Can my wife help me through 601A? Can I get the visa approved here before I leave to my country? I'm here without a visa, and I work with work authorization card for 10 years, and I have 2 American-born children.
Well, that's the whole purpose of the 601A, to get everything approved before you leave, so you know you're coming back. You should certainly call us and speak to us before you do anything, though. All right, we're going to do one more each, and then we're going to get to the comment of the day.
All right.
Okay, we've got a question from Martine, who says, so since you guys seem to be having a slow afternoon, I'll ask this question again. Okay, Martine.
Sorry. Boy, you gotta really rub it in. You gotta really rub it into us today.
Is
Wow.
there a game on? Is there a game?
I don't know.
She actually went one step further. She goes, which I can't seem to be given a clear answer to date, Kimmy.
Wow.
Okay.
But you're reading tone into that. You know, we don't know if it's tone or not.
That's true.
You know, the
That's
hardest
fair.
thing with text messages is people read tone.
This is true.
And you don't know what the tone that they're actually
This is
texting
very
it.
true.
Now, Kim over here just read tone into that question.
Yeah.
And maybe she had no tone, and she
Maybe
was just being
smiling.
a nice smiley person. You don't know.
Well, listen, I'm going to read the next sentence toneless, and we'll see how you feel about the
let's see.
tone.
All right.
Please do not rephrase the question. Thank you.
That's a little Tony.
That was as monotone as I could get it.
Okay,
that was
fine.
still sassy. So once again, my cuz has a U visa pending, but it's almost 5 months from the day he did his biometrics and hasn't gotten his work permit. His attorney is saying he won't get one until the case comes up. Mr. Brad is saying that after 180 days, his attorney can file for some application. Which is accurate?
This is what is accurate.
Ready.
You have a U visa. They're taking 3, 4, 5 years to get a U visa. There is a law, a rule, it exists, that if after 180 days you're pending U visa, you can show humanitarian reasons why you need a work permit. The government has to issue you a work permit. Now, that doesn't mean that every last human being is going to get a work permit after their U visa is pending 180 days. It's not an automatic thing. It's something that you can request based on humanitarian reasons. Perhaps your attorney is saying to your cuz, you have no humanitarian reasons to request the work permit. Or perhaps your attorney doesn't know the law. I'm not sure. How is that? For the answer.
I thought that was pretty good.
That was
Thank
a thorough
you.
answer.
Thorough answer.
All right, I have one from David Gabriel. Brad, I know of someone who got their interview date, but no work permit issued as of yet. Is this normal?
No, it's not normal. It's probably because you did the work permit application wrong, or you didn't submit a completed application, but the process went through and you have a appointment.
Ella says, I'm a permanent resident. My daughter came to visit me with her son, and I'd like to adjust her status. How long is that going to take?
Who's she want to adjust status with?
Daughter and grandson.
You can't adjust your daughter just can't adjust her status because you're a permanent resident. That doesn't exist. So she's going to have to figure out some other way other than through you, because if you file for her and she's over 21, it's about a 7-8 year wait, and she's going to be out of status by the time your visa becomes available, and then you can't adjust. So let's do one more.
Can I do one more?
Yes.
All right, our last one. Cassandra Bailey. My son is filing for me. Can my 16-year-old daughter go on the filing as a beneficiary and migrate with me?
No, she would have to stay behind, unfortunately, and after you come to the United States, you would have to turn around and file for her. And now, although I will not hear the drum roll,
I'll do it for you.
That's true.
Although I will not hear it, everybody else will. The comment or comments of the day are.
The comment of the day is from Jeff Bosey, who hasn't had one in a while.
Yes.
Wow.
Jeff Bosey
He made me laugh. He made me laugh today.
He did.
Yes.
He did have one that wasn't his comment of the day, but I'll consider this one his suggestion of the day.
All right.
He said that he went into Dunkin' Donuts, and before he walked in, they made him grab the D because it's a big D in their door handle.
It's a big D on the door handle is a big D.
Right.
Yeah,
And so he was like, they made me grab the D before I walked in.
Oh, like D-I-C-K.
There it is.
Boy, it took me a while. All right.
But his real suggestion was at 7 p.m. it will be the new 50 Shades of Brad.
Oh,
it's not Brad Show Live After Dark.
Yes.
7 p.m. 50 Shades of Brad.
Yes, we're gonna all of a sudden we're gonna open up this window behind us. It's gonna be like, God knows what's behind there, right? That secret room behind
door
us.
number one.
And all kinds of acts going on behind us.
All right, everybody. Just a quick programming note. We are going to be off the air tomorrow. We got to clean the lenses on our video cameras, but we will be back on Friday after we clean all the lenses live. Have a great day tonight. Have a great day tomorrow. We're going to see you live on Friday at 5:30. Thanks for watching. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it.
The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465.
What are you doing?